How are you? How have you been? Funny seeing you again. I'm all right.
1 year after These Boots Are Made for Walkin' conquered the world, Nancy would continue her artistic ascent into the pop stratosphere and rise to even greater heights. The year 1967 would bring the James Bond You Only Live Twice theme song collaboration with John Barry, the groovy technicolor television special Movin With Nancy, and the recording of one of the most beloved duets of all time, Some Velvet Morning. Nancy also traveled to Vietnam for 3 weeks to perform for the troops as part of Bob Hope's USO tour. And then she found time to make a cross-country pilgrimage to the center of the country music scene.
I gotta get while the getting's good.
In April of 1967, Nancy, along with producer Lee Hazlewood and arranger Billy Strange, traveled to Nashville to record her 5th album at RCA Studios. The studio is a hallowed ground for country music with innumerable timeless songs created in the sacred space. The original versions of some of the songs Nancy recorded on the trip, Oh Lonesome Me by Don Gibson, End of the World by Skeeter Davis, Lay Some Happiness on Me, and Lonely Again by Eddie Arnold, were all tracked at the same studio. On Country My Way, Nancy fuses her own personal style with country music, resulting in a new hybrid sound. Lee Hazlewood called it hippie-billy, and many people credit the Byrds and Graham Parsons with pioneering the contemporary country sound on their Sweetheart of the Rodeo LP in 1968. But like many milestones of the 1960s, Nancy was first.
Lay some happiness on me, so the brighter side.
Nancy recorded 4 albums in 1966. Boots, How Does That Grab You?, Nancy in London, and Sugar. The first 3 albums were made so quickly to capitalize on the success of These Boots Are Made for Walkin', while Sugar was a hastily put together collection of 1920s and 30s covers done in a Dixieland style to accompany Nancy's second biggest single, Sugartown. Nancy felt like Lee Hazlewood and the label made a mistake with Sugar and described it as a miss. Country My Way was a completely different experience and a breath of fresh air. Nancy loves country music and has said it's her favorite genre to perform. You can hear the exuberance in her voice as she sings live with some of the best musicians in Nashville, known as the Nashville Cats. Her fantastic band included David Briggs on piano, Buddy Emmons on pedal steel, Buddy Harmon on drums, Junior Husky on bass, Charlie McCoy on harmonica and vibraphone, Wayne Moss on guitar, Gordon Terry on fiddle, Buck Trent on electric banjo, and Chip Young on guitar. Nancy is also backed by a vocal ensemble called the Nashville Edition, made up of Joseph Babcock, Dolores Edgin, Ricky Page, and Herschel Wigington.
Walk through this world with me. Go where I go.
Country My Way features 2 duets with Lee Hazlewood. You can hear the fun they're having on Oh Lonesome Me and Jackson.
Everybody's going out and having fun. I'm just a fool for staying home and having none. I can't get over how she set me free. Oh, lonesome me.
Jackson, originally recorded by June Carter and Johnny Cash, was released as the B-side to Nancy's 1967 single You Only Live Twice.
We got married in a fever, hotter than a pepper sprout. We've been talking about Jackson ever since the fire went out. I'm going to Jackson.
And wound up charting higher than the A-side, making it to number 14 on the charts. Nancy and Lee made an endearing and iconic music video for Jackson, included on Nancy's 1967 television special Movin With Nancy. Oh Lonesome Me was released as the B-side to Some Velvet Morning and made it to number 10 on the Australian charts. Country My Way has endeared as one of Nancy's most beloved albums. A brand new reissue of the album was released by Light in the Attic Records in November of 2024. The reissue features newly remastered audio from the original tapes by engineer John Baldwin, who coincidentally works out of the RCA Studio in Nashville where the album was originally tracked. The reissue includes Nancy's non-album 1967 singles Love Eyes, You Only Live Twice, Lightning's Girl, Until It's Time for You to Go, and Tony Rome as bonus tracks.
Lightning's girl, but you keep hanging around. If lightning never catches you,